one more week to elect Terry McAuliffe your governor of the state of Virginia. You all know the stakes, and here are a few things I want you to remember. First, you don't have to wonder what kind of governor Terry will be, because you know what a great governor he was. Wasn't just because of what he promised, it's what he delivered. On his watch, Virginia's economy boomed. 200,000 jobs created. He made a record addition of $1 billion investment in education, expanding preschool and resources for public schools in lower-income communities, and gave teachers a raise. Now, I must say parenthetically, the real reason I'm here tonight is my wife, Jill, teaches full-time at Northern Virginia Community College. And Terry's going to be her boss. Look, Terry stood by our veterans, helping them apply their skills in good-paying civilian jobs in fields like cybersecurity and healthcare, funding for new veteran care centers, including the first one in Hampton Roads region. Look, he took on the gun lobby and enacted sensible gun safety measures without infringing on the Second Amendment, including helping keep guns out of the hands of domestic abusers. Virginia, you know Terry. You know his record. He was a great governor. If you re-elect him again, he'll be another 4 years as a great governor. But look, how well do you know Terry's opponent? Well, just remember this. I ran against Donald Trump. And Terry is running against an acolyte of Donald Trump. Terry's opponent doesn't like to talk about how, very much now, but to win the Republican nomination, he embraced Donald Trump. He started his campaign by saying that the #1 issue in the race was his call, he called for election integrity. Now this guy started saying he's calling for election integrity. Now, why did he do that? Because he wanted to hear Donald Trump? It was a price he'd have to pay for the nomination, and he paid it. But now he doesn't want to talk about Trump anymore. Well, I do. Talk about an oxymoron, Donald Trump and election integrity. I can't believe he puts the word Trump and integrity in the same sentence. Look, he's done a lot of lousy things. But when my friend, General Colin Powell, died, his integrity, a man of incredible integrity, they certainly go together with Colin Powell and integrity, a decorated American hero, which is why the attack just leveled by Trump against General Powell was so offensive. I'd say it's unbelievable, but it's not. Trump did the same thing about John McCain. That's who Donald Trump is. All coming from a guy who invented the big lie, drove a mob of insurrectionists to breach the Capitol on the 6th of January, and to this day, he incites people all around the country. He said the people who attended his rally and then stormed the Capitol, quote, they were peaceful people. They were great people. Well, God love you. I'm glad you're here. Virginia, you know better. You saw it with your own eyes. Many of you were there. Some of you risked your lives. The anger, the rage. American flags turned into spears. A noose, a gallows. Police assaulted and killed. Death threats against elected officials and public servants. Carrying the most sacred act of a democracy, certifying a free election. The breach of the Capitol that didn't even happen during the Civil War. To Donald Trump, the insurrection isn't a violent assault that took place on January 6th at the Capitol. No. To Trump, the insurrection was the November 3rd election, when more Americans voted than had ever voted in all of our history. That's the big lie that Terry's opponent embraced. And it prompted the Washington Post to write something about Terry's opponent every Virginian should read before they vote. And I quote, "Glenn Youngkin has failed the character test. He has indulged and encouraged Republicans to have swallowed former President Trump's lie that last year's presidential elect was stolen. Mr. Youngkin chose to dignify a fundamental fiction that is subverting our system rather than standing squarely for the truth. In doing so, he proved himself unfit for office," end of quote.